So again, thank you. And I would like to invite Elder Valerie Nicholson to provide her thoughts and formally close the session. Over to you, Elder Valerie.
Thank you so much. And echo what you said. This team has been amazing holding all this together and as a knowledge keeper, keeping this knowledge safe. Thank you all for your dedication and passion for wellness, and hearing the word wellness community. That really touched my heart. And I'm going to take that. And when I think about that, every year, I think of one word that I'm going to carry for that word and honor it. And I challenge you to also think of a word that that you want to use for the rest of the year. So I'll give you an example. The word that I have chosen this year for myself is celebrate. I celebrate my life with HIV every day. I celebrate the voices of those that are in my research to make sure their voices come forward. And I celebrate my connection with the lands and waters. So I challenge you to think of a word that you might want to use every day for the rest of this year. And if you choose to, you can share it in the chat box or keep it to yourself. But I challenge you. And I'd just like to acknowledge that this work really exemplifies that we, the living with HIV, are so much more than a statistic. We are the spirit and the voices behind all the numbers. And I love that we've been able to do this in person and gather together. And it takes courage to share our words with you and to share our lives and to know that we are not tokens. We share our blood and our wisdoms. Honor these journeys that you have been walking on the path with us today. I was so honored to see my grandmother's teaching in the exercise, to know that these teachings are to be shared and to carry, that we need to sit in nature for 20 minutes a day, unless we are busy. And then we need to sit in nature for 60 minutes a day. That's our body health. And if you were to walk 100 miles, my grandfather would say, how much would you carry? He's not talking about our backpacks or our purses, and sometimes my purse can be pretty heavy. He's talking about what's in our minds. And if you just go for a walk and let the wind just get the thoughts out of your head. And if you ask the wind, which we call winden, which is the four winds when they come together under the cedar trees, winden will actually help do that for you. So the next time you're going for a walk, just ask the wind to clear your mind. Again, if on that walk, if you're questioning or need answers, find that small tree and hug it and get those answers. Thank the tree. Find that old tree, hug it, thank it, and ask the same question. You will find the answers may be different, but they're the answers that you need. This is our connection with spirit. And as I've talked about, if we go to the next slide and we see this plant that is growing up between these rocks, I think of each of us that is an advocate and how we challenge the processes and we stand up against stigma, but we can't do this alone. So we're nurturing this little plant and helping it on its way because it had such strength to make it this far that we want to make sure it carries on. And I can remember standing at a conference when I first started getting into research. I remember being a participant for many years and then actually crossing to where I was a researcher and going to my very first conference and hearing the words mother to child transmission. And I actually had the courage to stand up and ask that presenter, why do you use that word? Well, it comes from a book. And I said, have you thought about what that mom is feeling at the time that she is a life giver? How would she feel if we kept saying mother to child transmission? She has enough on her plate to work what people are saying about her. And I said, we need to change that word. Why do you say that? You don't say to me, man to woman transmission. So why are we putting this blaming sentence on a woman? Standing up at many conferences, anytime anyone would say it, I would stand up and ask. And eventually I heard others standing up and asking the same question. And now I very rarely see it. I see in vitro, I see vertical transmission, I see kinder words that are looking at those of us that are being researched are now treated as humans. And again, I will talk about the word that I want to change this time is the word intervention. It is such a negative, positive word. Stealing our lands was an intervention. Bringing other humans stolen from their lands to be slaves in our country, that is an intervention. Residential schools, they said it was a good thing. No, it wasn't. It was an intervention. And hard to believe that the last one closed in 1996. 60 scoops, not letting us practice our ceremonies. Those are interventions. We can change that word. Interventions is top down. We're telling people what to do. We're intervening into their lives. Let's make it circle. A circle teaching where no one is above telling us what to do. No one is behind us or in front of us. We're together in this wellness community and we all have this voice. You have exemplified it. You've brought this to us. We can change the word. And thank you, Jason. I know you've changed it. And I know that you'll be a strong warrior for this action is positive action. And my elder, Sheila Nyman, I honor her. She's asked for the word healthy to be added to that when we're talking about our health. And when I saw these presentations on aging and apps and this is a positive, healthy action. And as I'm aging, I look forward to these actions. And to remember the past is always present because we're always learning, we're growing and changing, but we're learning from our yesterdays and we'll honor our tomorrows. I would like to thank the 4 first medicines that we were all gifted for all peoples around our beautiful Mother Earth. Air, as we take a deep breath in, we feel the energy and air teaches us gratitude. I'm grateful for my yesterdays, my tomorrows, but today I'm especially grateful for this community of wellness that I've been a part of. I'm so sad that this is our 4th day and final, and I'm looking forward to next steps. Water that teaches us relationships, ever moving, ever changing, the movement of it, that it binds us and takes on many forms. When you think of the ocean and the tides and the movement, it shows us that we should be ever moving. And sometimes the oceans get rough, but it's actually cleansing and bringing us new adventures. The lakes can be calm and we can bring that meditation forward. Rivers and waterfalls showing us that change is important and to challenge ourselves. Walking in the rain, it can be so cleansing. It's Mother's Earth way of cleansing all of the lands. We have the snow and the frost, which teaches us some days that we need to rest, slow down, and enjoy the beauty. The dew in the mornings is a renewed day. And yes, we have tears. They're sweet when they're tears of happiness, and they're salty when they're sad tears. And to always replenish and drink water after we have leaked or cried. Fire that teaches us that there's new beginnings. Grandfather's sun warms us. It helps grow all the plants that are here with us. It grows our trees and medicines. I honor lightning, our first fire. And in my Mi'kmaq teachings, lightning strike on earth was the first beginning of life of the 2-leggeds. Honoring Mother Earth that teaches us responsibilities. Responsibilities to self, others, next slide please, family, and all that is on Mother Earth. We honor the grandfather rocks, which is the knowledge that has been put down there for us to pick up when we need it. It will show itself. The trees, the plants, the waters, the winged ones, the 4-legged, the crawlers, the finned ones. These are all our relations. And that is why we say all my relations. Courage. I've talked about courage in the openings and the closings and how we do our work with strength and courage. And it takes courage to make change. And it takes courage to stand up to self-stigma. And it takes courage to fight stigma and discrimination, but it also takes courage to go on our wellness journey, to take that first step. And courage in my teachings is represented by the bear. The mother bear has the courage and strength to face her fears and challenges while protecting her young. The bear also shows us how to live a balanced life with rest, work, survival, and play. And to face life with courage is to know bravery. Find your inner strength to face the difficulties of life and the courage to be yourself. Defend what you believe in and what is right for your community, your family, and yourself. Make positive choices and have conviction in those decisions. Face your fears to allow yourself to live your life. The bear stands tall to remind us of the teachings of courage. Listen to your heart. It takes courage to do what is right. Thank you for this day and the work and the voices of wisdoms and the courage to put your words on these Post-it notes. I thank those that keep the home fires burning so that we can do this work in a good way. I ask you to give yourselves a hug and take this time to say to yourself, I love you. It may be the hardest thing that you do today, but I challenge you to do it. And thank your body for carrying you on this journey together. Ellen, all my relations, thank you.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you so much, Elder Valerie. Your old knowledge has become new knowledge to all of us new people, and we really appreciate it. I personally feel like we've gained so much by having you here, by having you as our elder for this project and for this meeting. I think we're all learning and opening more and more to this knowledge and these teachings, and we really, really appreciate it. And thank you to all of you for sharing your knowledge with us and your experience and your energy and being courageous to share and be here. So with that, it's hard to believe that the sessions are finished, but it's been a slice. We will be in touch with all of you who've expressed interest in leading or joining any of our future work, and I hope that we can rely on you to keep pushing this initiative, this work, this movement forward. Thank you, and be well.